Thousands of JEA customers still dealing with power outages after Hurricane Matthew. And that frustration continues even though the number has now gone from 12,000 outages earlier today to just 2,000 this evening.
The CEO took responsibility and admitted JEA management blew it when it came to underestimating how quickly JEA would restore power. Channel 4's Francesca Amaker spoke with a crisis communications expert who shares what he feels the company needs to do next. Francesca.
That's right, Joy. 2,100 people still without power tonight, and JEA has been working around the clock to make sure they address this issue for all of their customers. Now, of course, everyone has their thoughts on how JEA handled the situation, but tonight I spoke with a crisis communications management expert who couldn't speak too much on the operational doings of JEA, but he was very vocal when it came to how he felt the company did when speaking and addressing to the public. Tonight, there are questions about why JEA's chief executive was not in town during the height of Hurricane Matthew, the storm leaving thousands of customers in the dark. At a press conference held Wednesday, the company tried its best to shed some light on why crews did not meet the self-imposed deadline of Monday night.
Planning for the storm started probably a week before the storm actually occurred.
During operational updates during the storm and immediately after, JEA was transparent that its chief executive was out of town. At a city council meeting Tuesday night, it was JEA's chief executive Paul McElroy's first public appearance since the storm.
We blew it.
Then he admitted to blowing it. He also took responsibility for making such a commitment, something crisis communications management expert Robert Cohen says was refreshing and vital.
What an organization that does something wrong needs to do is to say, we made a mistake. We're sorry. We're going to learn from the mistake, and we're going to do our best not to repeat it.
Cohen says despite McElroy's absence, the CEO was likely in touch with staffers around the clock. He says JEA's communication with the public was very transparent, as they were letting customers know just how many workers were on the ground, even bringing hundreds of crews from out of state. He says from a crisis management standpoint, he believes the company owned up to their responsibility and will make changes going forward.
And they've acknowledged they had bad information and/or they acted on it in a less than optimal way. And they're not trying to shirk the fact that their customers, many of them have been terribly affected by the power, the delays in restoring the power. But I think that they're going to have to account for the operational shortcomings. How did this happen and why?
And again, roughly 2,000 people still without power tonight. But I have to say, JEA and Mayor Lenny Curry are being very active on Twitter when asking people for their exact address. If you still don't have power out, feel free to tweet the company or Mayor Lenny Curry. He has asked for people to send them his address, and he'll get that status on over to JEA. I'm live tonight. Francesca Amaker, Channel 4, the local station.